Welcome to episode 21 of Lost Signals. My name is Darrell.
I'm JD.
Hi.
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 It's been 2 weeks again. We did it. We always talk about doing one like over a weekend or something, just throwing something together that we could just put out whenever. Never happens.
No, it doesn't, but
It's, like the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So we'll get there someday, maybe.
the issue is that we're two grown, healthy men.
I wouldn't say
that
healthy.
Just have two grown men that just have shit to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and seems like every day I have at least one thing going on that I have to take care of, and sometimes those things take like 12 hours, like work. So
I have to do this. Well, what do you got to do? I have to go to work.
I have to go to work for 12 hours. Okay. Fine. Fuck. How you been, man? Fucking what's
doing all right. It's been a busy 2 weeks. Not a bad 2 weeks, just busy, full. A lot has happened. Good wise, entertaining wise, work, life, a couple of events. The first public event that I have attended in well over 2 years. And I think it went pretty well with near zero issues. So I'm quite happy about that.
It's just, I don't think I've been to a big public event yet.
No?
Well, no, that's a lie because I was at a wedding on the weekend.
That's a big public event.
It was. I mean, it was big, but it wasn't like 1,000 people big. So our very close friend Tyler's brother got married, and I actually got to see Tyler on the weekend. So that was good to see him.
Yes.
So that being said, there is a mask mandate in Saskatchewan right now, and 3 people were wearing masks at that wedding. I was not one of them.
Was it an outdoor wedding?
The dance that I went to was not outdoors. It was definitely inside.
Oh.
I knew that was going to happen though. I mean, just that's the lay of the land out here. I'm not arguing one way or the other towards it. It's just the way it is, right?
Right.
So, yeah. But no, it's good. I got to see a bunch of people, and I was outside quite a bit at this wedding, so it was a good time. It was perfect weather for it too. It's been ridiculously nice here, considering it's the end of September. So that's fun, I guess. I don't know.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, enjoy the weather and fresh air while you can. You have to consider where we were last year, where, we could only really admire the outdoors from indoors because we were too afraid to go outdoors.
Yeah. I agree with that, but I don't. Because through the whole bullshit that's gone on, my life didn't change a whole bunch. I still went to the same restaurants. Yeah. I hung out with the same people. We're always careful about it. So, it's whatever, right?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You did it, but you did it safe. You did it responsibly, and you're healthy because of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did my part, and I got the stupid vaccine as soon as I could. I call it stupid because I'm just tired of people being stupid about it, right?
It's a stupid topic.
It is.
It shouldn't be something debatable. Whatever.
But it is what it is. So you were at a big event on the weekend, and so we'll use that as a segue. It's like, so were people wearing masks and stuff at Northern FanCon?
Yeah. So it was Northern FanCon. It was the sixth time that Northern FanCon has happened. There was no Northern FanCon last year, and for those of you who are unaware, Northern FanCon is basically a small town comicon. There's cosplay, there are vendors, there are artists, there are VIPs, which are like actors and musicians, as well as professional cosplayers, makeup artists, people in the film industry. There's Q&As, workshops, the whole deal, right?
Like adult film industry?
Well, depending on how deep you go into some people's background, yeah.
Who doesn't like talking to a porn star now and then? Right?
Oh, amen. I've talked to a few already, and that shit ain't gonna stop. It's entertaining as fuck.
Like the stories that they would have, Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so yeah, it was the sixth annual Northern FanCon, and this year I was involved in a different way. Now, for the past 5, I was involved as media, where I had the opportunity to interview a few people, and do a Q&A in front of a live studio audience or a live audience, arena audience.
Yep.
And have fun with that. This year, I was lucky enough, or I should say, I was given the opportunity to help wrangle some guests.
Okay.
And
Yep.
I put together a list, and half that list was shot down. Oh, look at the puppies.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, I put together a list, and I knew putting together this list that about at least half of it was going to get shot down, and it was.
Yeah.
But 2 out of my total of 10, narrowed down to 5, were approved and approached to come to the event. And they were Formative Fox, who has a incredible presence all over social media, primarily gaining a lot of ground on TikTok as a UV light cosplayer.
You know, I might follow her on Instagram.
I think you do, yeah.
Oh, Jesus,
And-
love. Sorry.
And Ashley Renee, or Ash Renee Lee, depending on where you follow her on social media, who is growing massively on TikTok, and generally is just seen as adorable, but she's sassy.
She's funny.
She is funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I follow her on Instagram. It's like, and her reels are they're. I mean, there's some really bad, like, you know, not cringe, but like just really bad puns. But some of the stuff is really good too. I know I enjoy her content.
Yeah, puns. I've learned from her that puns are made to not only get a reaction out of the person listening to it, but also to bring pleasure to the person saying it.
Oh, for sure.
And so, yeah. Because, yeah. So anyway, this being the 6th annual Northern Fan Con, and you know, we're post-pandemic or still through the pandemic, it was refreshing to see that I attended all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
I was asked for a vaccine passport every day, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I was asked for my contact information for contact tracing every day. And everyone on the floor was required to wear a mask, and everyone was wearing a mask. So it was awesome. I ended up asking like a couple of security guards, like, so, you know, fateful question, did you have you had any issues? And he said, well, there was a few people who came in who were kind of disappointed, but they understood and they didn't kick up much of a fuss.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, can't ask for anything better.
That's weird that people that actually, you know, follow the rules to that letter, right?
Yeah.
Not like what I did, but it's different.
Well, a convention versus a wedding, a family gathering.
I mean, it's
there's-
not. Yeah, it is.
There's a bit of a leeway.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there is. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna ask you more about the FanCon.
Yeah, by all means.
So, like, what were you interested in most there? Like, what kind of displays and shit like caught your attention?
Well, I've always been a fan of cosplay, and so seeing people show up there, even wearing either regular pandemic masks or manufacturing masks that coincide with their cosplay, was awesome to see. The artistry and the creativity, the attempts at creating an original character or paying tribute to an existing character from whatever either anime or cartoon or movie or video game universe was awesome to see.
Yeah.
Secondly, the chance to meet the man who was in Torchwood, Doctor Who, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow, John Barrowman, was amazing. The guy's hilarious.
I don't think I know who that is.
I bet you if you actually like took a look at him, you go, oh, okay, him, right?
1 second.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna look. What's his name?
John Barrowman.
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
See, exactly. He's You may not recognize a name, but you see him and go, oh, him. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So a chance to meet and have a conversation with him was worth it.
Yeah.
Totally, 100%. So
Cool.
there was some vendors there that had some stuff that I'd never seen before. I got some original pieces of art, which was kind of nice. A couple of years ago, I got myself a a glass Stein or Stein. Yeah, a beer stein. With Deadpool etched on it, which was like, that's mine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just reminded me of something. Sorry.
So seeing that sort of thing was always cool, but like, the cosplayers and meeting some of the VIPs was awesome.
Yeah.
Now, saying that, Northern FanCon was not without its controversy. As I said before, in the past 5 years, not this year, I was media and was involved with interviews and Q&As and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This year, the organizers decided we're going to go a different path. And what we want to do is any and all interviews that are conducted during Northern FanCon, we want them to go through our social media channels. And I immediately had a problem with that.
Yeah. I can see why. I mean, you're not dictating what's being asked.
Yeah. So within the same breath of them saying that, they were saying, you understand that you're a volunteer, right? You're not getting paid for this position. You are a volunteer.
Yeah.
This is no money whatsoever. And so in my mind, putting it all together is like, okay, so you want to take my work, my editing, my skills as an interviewer and give me zero compensation. Like, you're telling me that I'm not allowed to put it onto my social media platform or take it to my place of employment, which is 2 radio stations and 1 TV station. You're just going to take something that I create. This shit ain't happening.
Yeah.
So this was the first year that I did 0 interviews, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Like, it gets, I mean, that's a lot of extra work for you to do. I mean, not that it's hard work. I mean, it is and it isn't, right? But to have somebody else's name like all over your work, it's just not. It's like it's being a choosing beggar, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, you're gonna do all this work for us, but we're gonna take all the credit. Nah, fuck you, fuck you. Just no.
So having said that, I have made contacts through the past 3 days of Northern FanCon, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I will be scheduling interviews with guests that were a part of Northern FanCon, but are no longer a part of Northern FanCon. Yeah. So it just kind of eliminates the whole issue. It's like, well, they're not guests anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with networking and something like that either. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, to me, that's like, for especially for what you do, it's perfect, right?
Yeah.
So, no, you mentioned Deadpool, and I sent you the link for this the other day. There's a petition. I think it was actually started by Rebellion Brewing, or they're definitely involved with it because they're out of Regina. They want to build a Deadpool statue in Regina.
Yes, you sent me that on Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome, and they really should do that. Like, why not? Like, why not embrace it? You know, it's a little goofy and a little weird, but like, come on. What? Like, come on, just do it. Just do it.
There is a Rocky Balboa statue in Philadelphia.
Exactly.
Why can there not be a Deadpool statue in Regina?
Exactly. You know, I think even Ryan Reynolds liked the tweet or something. Like why not? Just fucking do it. You know, everybody's so fucking stuck up, got their stick shoved up their ass. They don't want to have anything fun ever. It's like, just shut up and fucking do it.
I think it's a great idea.
It's perfect, right? Like, just do it. Anyways.
For those of you who do not get the reference, in Deadpool 1, when he was literally kicking the helmet off of Francis's head, he said something along the lines of, and that's why Regina rhymes with fun.
No, he says something to the effect, it's like, he's commentating himself, and it's like, and Wade Wilson out of Regina, Saskatchewan, something, and then he goes on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he does say, and that's why Regina rhymes with fun.
Yeah.
Or some, yeah.
Yes. So, which is,
so if you haven't seen Deadpool 1, get out of that rock you're living under, and go, it's on fucking Netflix. Like, just go watch it. It's fine. It's great. Anyways.
It is. It is. Yeah. And I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
I think if you could crowdfund it and then get a artist to create it, why the hell not?
I just think that Rebellion should just pay for it, and they'll buy more beer to pay for it.
I think that's a great idea as well.
Yeah. I think they should. They they could even put the statue outside the Rebellion Brewery. That'd be fucking awesome.
Wouldn't it?
Why not? Yeah, just do it.
I'd go there just to see the statue.
Well, why wouldn't you? It'd be awesome. So something or no, go ahead. No. I was going to change subjects, but you go ahead.
Me too. So there is something I wanted to touch on, and it's actually a conversation that you and I had a long time ago, and that was how to conduct an interview.
Yeah.
And this ties into why I did 0 interviews for Northern FanCon this year, or at least that's my theory as to why I did 0 interviews for Northern FanCon this year.
Yeah.
So last year, the event was done strictly online. Understandably, they couldn't have, like, there was no vaccine. It was lockdown, and a lot of events were canceled. But the organizers, Northern FanCon, wanted very much to keep the hype going and just remind people, like, Northern FanCon was still around. Let's still do this. And then they made it an online charity event.
Yeah.
So it was 2 days, 8 hours streaming in segments of interviews and panels and Q&As and roundtables and stuff like that. And they asked me to interview one person. And they asked me to interview Jason David Frank, also known as the Green Ranger, the original Green Ranger from Power Rangers.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah. So I did all my homework, right? I did research. I did a bunch of background. I put together an introduction for the interview. I was ready to go.
Yeah.
So 15 minutes before the interview, there was a different interview that was streaming live at that time. And I don't know the gentleman's name. And quite frankly, I'll be a little bit crass to say I don't care to know the gentleman's name.
Okay.
And I'm not sure who he was interviewing, but I do know that this gentleman was doing a majority of the interviews on behalf of Northern FanCon for the 5 years prior. And this, again, live stream interview on their social media platforms. And the interviewee is telling the story. And the interviewer, if you see, for those of you watching the video, the microphone stand right in front of you, as you could see. And I'm just in my little gamer's chair, right? The interviewer is leaned back on his chair, and he's rocking back and forth during this entire interview. The microphone's over here, and he's rocking back and forth during this entire interview.
How fucking stupid is that?
Looking completely checked out. Now, the interviewer, for the 15 minutes that I was watching, he would not even change this as he would ask a different question. So he's paying attention, but looking and being the interviewee, it shows, it displays an attitude of, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. That's not right. Can you stop?
It's not right.
Can you stop grunting at me, please?
But Dad, I'm trying to figure out who you're talking to.
Fancy's on my lap and she's grunting into the microphone. So.
Yeah.
Can you?
So for those listening, the microphone was basically 3 feet away from the interviewer's face. Meanwhile, he's rocking back and forth in his office chair.
Yeah, that's very unprofessional.
Yeah. So this interview must have gone on for at least a half an hour, maybe an hour. And then, like I said, I tuned in for the last 15 minutes. I was ready to go. When it came to my time, the Green Ranger popped on. Boom. I came on and I nailed him immediately with the introduction and known as this and this and this. And he's got a background with this. And a lot of people know him as this. And he's famously known as this. And ladies and gentlemen, Jason David Frank. And he's just like, that's like the best intro I've ever had. We went at it guns blazing for a full hour. And I was screening questions as they were coming in through the live chat. I was answering emails from the director of the entire program as we're doing this. Meanwhile, I'm right here engaged in responding actively to Jason David Frank.
Yeah.
So then I go and look back and, just tracking the analytics, I saw that a lot of people started tuning in about a third of the way through the interview, and they stayed.
Yeah.
And then they dropped off as soon as the interview was over.
Oh, yeah.
So
that could be the name too, right? People specifically wanting to watch that interview.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. But having said that, looking back at how this Northern Fan Con came to be, and the whole thing of we want to take the interview content that you produce and put it onto our channel, to me says, we understand that you are a professional interviewer and you do a great job. We want to take it because the guy that we have doesn't do us justice.
Yeah.
At least that's the way I took it.
Yeah, that would sound about right. Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to put the effort into it, just don't do it at all. I don't think, right?
Yeah. Yeah. This is actually something that so I used to have a live radio show.
Yeah.
And I had it for 7 years. And I always had co-hosts. The way I put it to people who would ask, or even my co-hosts, is I'm the pilot. I'm the one in front of the board. I'm the one who's controlling the commercials, the cue-ins, the cue-outs, the extras, the intros, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are the navigators. You guys decide and determine where we are taking this thing, right?
Yeah.
I used to have one primary co-host, and halfway through, it was like he was with me for like the first 6 months, and then he dropped off for 2 years, and then he came back. So 3 months into this, he started to check out, to the point where the microphone would be like basically on his chest and his feet would be up on the table.
Yeah.
And like that is not the physical presence, nor is it the attentiveness that someone needs to have when you're having an engaging conversation.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, again, it's just like, yeah, like I could be comfortable and I can lay this chair back and I could move this microphone wherever the hell I want.
Yeah.
But seated upright and ready to go and paying attention and looking at my co-host and looking at the camera and being aware of where the microphone is how you pay attention and how you come across as you're paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, you gotta be engaged with your content. I mean, I'm bad for it too, because I don't look there. You know what I mean? I usually don't. I'm usually watching one of my other screens. It's just, but
yeah, no, but again, like you're still you're engaged. You're interested. You are present. You know?
Well,
like
we'll say interested.
But still, like it's just kind of like rule one of interview 101 is not only be prepared but act prepared.
Yeah. I'm bad for that too. Sometimes it's like today, like we're planning the show. It's like, yeah, I got nothing. It's not that you don't have nothing. It's just like maybe not enough for a show, but we'll do it anyways. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just like I think what I would like to do, and it's something that I've been actually contemplating, is doing a series on interview 101.
Yeah.
Which is basically like, here's the simple steps. Like here's how to prepare. Here's how to approach an interview. Here's what to expect. And here's what to do. And here's what not to do. And blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of mistakes that are made on a regular basis because let's face it, podcasting is a great medium. It's an easy medium. But because of that, there are a lot of people out there who's like, I can host a podcast and then do a whole bunch of shit wrong.
Yeah. That's very true. I mean, like even starting this was like, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and then I ended up spending a bunch of money on stuff because that's just the way that I work. Yeah. But no, like I agree. Like if you're not prepared, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
Yep.
I mean, us not having a whole bunch of content today doesn't mean that we won't put out the same caliber of show that we always do.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the advantage that you and I have, as opposed to, I would say other people, is that you and I have a history and we have a rapport where we can essentially just shoot the shit. And that is the best kind of chemistry you can have for any sort of show. There's been plenty of times where it's just been myself and my co-host, my former co-host, Monroe, during a 2-hour live show. And we have nothing prepared. And she'll turn to me and go like, what do we do? And I go, we'll just jam.
Yeah.
And that was basically code of like, let's just shoot the shit and see where it leads. Yeah. And generally we turn out a pretty darn good show.
Yeah. Like I won't, like any of the stuff that we plan here. I mean, I have like 3 notes 4 notes maybe, and then there's notes that I take during the show, like to just remind myself. That's it. There's no, I don't have no big agenda. Everything typed out. It's like, no, fuck that. That's stupid. Because then it's not real. It's not. It's canned to me if you have a whole script written out.
Yeah, it's the only kind of organic that I appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of organic,
Sure, segue.
the organic hate that Machine Gun Kelly is getting right now is fantastic. Because I fucking hate him so much.
I'm only moderately aware of who Machine Gun Kelly is. Can you help me out?
Okay, so Machine Gun Kelly is a rapper. He used to be a rapper. A couple years ago, he put out a track, and I think the fuck he called it Rap Devil, and it was like a shot at Eminem's Rap God. If you haven't heard either of those tracks, go listen to them because they're like Rap God is fucking amazing. So in this track, Machine Gun Kelly says a whole bunch of shit about Eminem and his daughter, blah blah blah. Then Eminem came out with a track called Kill Shot, and he slapped Machine Gun Kelly so fucking hard he had to change genres. Like, it was the fucking funniest shit I've ever seen. Like, I watched a whole bunch of reaction videos by like famous people, like famous like rap artists. They're like, dude can't ever rap again because he got slapped that hard. He hasn't done a rap song since.
Oh.
Yeah. So flash forward to a couple days ago. Supposedly, okay, so Machine Gun Kelly is doing like, let's call it pop punk maybe.
Sure.
Something now. Like he's playing guitar on stage. He apparently was gonna do a track with Corey Taylor from Slipknot. It's Stone Sour, and his acoustic stuff. Corey Taylor's he's an awesome songwriter, very talented, can sing and scream, whatever. If you don't know Slipknot, again, crawl out from under that rock you're living on. So apparently, yeah, like Machine Gun Kelly was asking Corey Taylor to be on this song, and then a couple days later, MGK was doing a show at some festival in the States, and said something to the effect, "Is like, why would I want to be a 50-year-old wearing a mask on stage and being a dumb shit?" Like, and then went on this tirade about like making fun of Slipknot, whatever. So Corey Taylor went on Twitter the other day and was like, he actually showed like, so the deal was that MGK wanted him on this song, and then MGK said that he kicked him off of the song, and then
Corey Taylor kicked MGK off the song.
No, MGK kicked Corey Taylor off the song. That's what he was saying. Then Corey Taylor posted on Twitter or Instagram the day after. It's like, no, this is actually what happened. Corey Taylor turned down the song.
Oh. Yeah.
So now if you can imagine all of these Slipknot fans, which they call themselves maggots for some reason.
I can get the reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I like Slipknot, but I would never call myself that. But MGK was at some show in wherever over the weekend, and like the entire crowd booed him like off stage and shit. So that's just fucking,
MGK.
Yeah. I just like I'm not telling the story right, but like it is fucking funny because he's gonna get slapped again, and he's gonna have to like go fucking play country or like classical music. Like, just, dude, just shut the fuck up.
He's gonna get himself beat out of the music industry. Period.
Exactly. Like, just shut the fuck up. Like, don't start nothing. If you don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. You know what? Take your beating. Go sit in the corner for like 20 minutes, time yourself out, cool down, and come back and try again. But don't try to insult like I was watching a video and it's like, oh, Slipknot's one of the most beloved bands in the world. It's like, nah, bitch, no, they're not. But they're liked and they're respected, right?
Yes.
So just don't pick your battles. Like,
Slipknot is one of those bands that love them or hate them, they have staying power. They have proven themselves to be icons in the music industry.
98.
Because they have been
98.
Yeah.
Is when the first album came out. Or 97.
And they're still around and they're still relevant.
Yeah.
Right?
Mind you, with some member changes, obviously, because like Paul Gray died and and Joey Jordison died now too, so
yeah. But they've proven themselves to be, like I said, like icons in the music industry. And it's as futile argument as someone saying that, oh, Metallica lost all their fans as soon as they released the Black Album. No, they fucking didn't. They just lost you. Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Yeah.
So the only thing I know about MGK is one, he was hired by the Apple company to help promote and launch a new iPad or something like that, and then went into an Apple store and started waffle stomping all the equipment that was on the table. And the only other thing that I know about MGK is, for whatever reason, Megan Fox thinks he's attractive.
I saw that. That was like at the VMAs the other day.
Yeah.
And Conor McGregor was going to go beat the fuck out of him. Like, let's be honest. Conor McGregor is kind of a douchebag too.
Yeah.
He's a big douchebag. But to watch him beat the shit out of fucking MGK, I would pay good money to see that. Like, I would pay good money to see that. Because they would be fucking hilarious.
It would be a murder.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like if Logan Paul actually fought somebody that actually could fight,
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, Mayweather can fight, but, that was a pretty fucking poor performance by him, if you ask me.
Well, didn't Mayweather come out and say that, it was basically sparring for him? He didn't want to.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't want to injure Logan Paul, even though he knew he very well could have.
I wish that illiterate fuck would have. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's funny, though, because the motherfucker really can't read. Like, it's famously known that Floyd Mayweather is illiterate. But he's got stacks of cash. I guess that's all that matters, right?
Stacks of cash and a mean hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Fucking, I think 50 Cent made a bet with him. I mean, I'm guessing somebody had to read it to him because it was on Twitter. But 50 Cent made a bet with him. It's like something to the effect. It's like, I'll give you $50 million if you can read one page of this fucking kid's book that his kid was reading. Like, that's what 50 Cent said to Mayweather, and there was no response from Mayweather. Probably because nobody told him about it, because that motherfucker can't read. So
yeah.
Fuck.
Did they say anything about me on Twitter? No, don't worry about it.
No, man. No, it's all good. It's all good. Go back to your piles of money. Shit. Fuck. So I'm gonna segue into something way different now.
Sure. Segue.
Yeah. So I've been having some time to read at work again. So
cool.
I read a couple Stephen King books, and then I was halfway through one of them, and it's like, I need something a little lighter hearted, because reading some pretty heavy and dark stuff. Well, I was in the second Dark Tower book. So I'm like, I'm gonna give this a break for a little bit. So I'm gonna read Harry Potter, because I've never read the Harry Potter series. I've watched the movies. I've watched the movies a ton.
Yeah,
and I enjoy the movies. Like for a Sunday afternoon, I'm hungover laying on the couch. You need something on in the background. It's perfect.
Other than horror movies,
sometimes I feel like a horror movie, and watching teenagers get killed. Sometimes I want to watch fucking Harry Potter. Okay, fuck off.
You're weird.
I know. We've talked about this. So I'm like just about done the 6th Harry Potter book. I've read them like all in like a month or something, and I'm enjoying it. Whatever. So my question to you is, what books do you know of that are way better than the movies, or vice versa? Which movies are better than the book? And I know of at least one of the latter.
Which book that I know of are way better than the movies? Okay, let's get the first one out of the way. Get the obvious one out of the way. Which is Ready Player One.
Yeah, we famously talked about that on like 3 episodes.
Yeah, Ready Player One. If you watched the movie and went, meh, read the fucking book.
Yeah, read the book.
Which Hunt for Red October. There was so much left out of the movie that was in the book of Hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
There is so much. Like where the movie ends, the book continues on.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Oh, it's insane. And it's one of those situations where I got the idea from my father because he was excited to watch Hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
And then he watched the movie, and I asked him about it afterward, and he's like, the book was way better. And that was the first instance of me watching the movie, then reading the book.
Yeah. So right now, yes.
Yep.
Going through like these Harry Potter books, they're so different from the movies. It's not even funny. Like there's different characters and stuff's getting added and changed. But the one that I can think of the opposite way is Fight Club. The movie, in my opinion, is better than the book. To a point. I mean, the book, there's a lot of stuff, like he goes into way more detail about, like Project Mayhem and stuff and how people, get killed and stuff, but the ending is way different.
Really?
And I prefer the ending of
The movie?
It's better. It ends better. So, so like spoiler, you had lots of time to read this if you wanted.
Yeah.
So at the end of the movie, all the downtown buildings blow up, right? They watch them all collapse, and Where Is My Mind is playing in the background, and it's great, and it's cinematic and whatever. At the end of the book, after he shoots himself in the mouth, he actually passes out. They take him to a hospital. He wakes up in the hospital. He does get rid of Tyler Durden out of his head, but all of his minions around him are still around. So, like, it's more ambiguous of an ending. So, that's why I prefer the movie ending better.
Interesting.
Yeah. Read the book. It's a quick read. Like, it's like 150 pages or something. Like, you could do it on a good afternoon if you wanted.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed it.
I honestly can't think of a situation where the movie was better than the book.
Yeah.
Primarily because
tough.
it is tough. I haven't read a whole shit ton. The only thing that really comes to mind is, that's the other way around still. Avatar, The Last Airbender. The M. Night Shyamalan movie was utter crap.
Yeah.
And that was me dabbling in the written work of The Last Airbender after enjoying the entire animated series, which was fucking epic. Like, so much so that I have the entire series on DVD.
Yeah.
Because who the fuck knows if it's going to disappear ever again off of Netflix.
Probably.
But the M. Night Shyamalan movie, what a shit show. Like, how can you get so much wrong?
That's M. Night Shyamalan.
How?
Like, he's not that good at things. He had 3 good movies and the rest were shit. Signs. The Sixth Sense.
Yes.
And there's another one that was okay.
Was it The Village?
The Village? I thought that was good. Unbreakable?
Unbreakable, yes.
With Bruce Willis?
Yes.
And is it Morgan Freeman? Or is it Samuel L. Jackson? I think it's Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah.
No, but that one was good. But it's M. Night Shyamalan. I mean, depends on how much money they're giving him to make the movie as well, right? And if it's his script and shit. So, I mean, we could talk about movies for a whole fucking episode, really.
Of course we could. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't think of one instance where the movie was better than the book. But that's only because I haven't read that many books.
I if I can, I will. I'll read. I'm especially at work because, well, I'm getting paid to read a book, right? It's great. But I've read lots of Stephen King stuff. I've read pretty much everything. Pretty much. Maybe not some of the newer stuff, but yeah. I enjoy it. Oh, okay. So another series of books that's better than the movie is The Dark Tower, because fuck that movie and everything about it. Fuck it right in the ear. Just no. I like Idris Elba as an actor.
Yeah.
He's great. He shouldn't have been cast at that role, and they fucked up that movie so bad. It's unforgivable to me. That's how much I love that series. It's whoever made that movie, I hope they get curb stomped. That's how much I hate it, because it's that bad. I vowed to not watch it for the longest time, And then I think it might have been on Netflix, and I think I was half drunk one night. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to power through this. And I think I shut it off about 5 minutes into it because it was that bad.
Really?
They tried to take an 8-book series and put it into an hour and a 45-minute movie. 8 books. It's like 3,500 fucking pages into an hour and a half. You can't do it. You can't. You just can't. So,
well, that was the problem with M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar: The Last Airbender, was that they tried to take 2 chapters, which are well over 30 episodes, half an hour each, and cram it into an hour and a half. Like,
it's not possible.
No, it's not possible.
No. Whatever. Fuck it.
And they changed so much of it. We can do an entire. I could do an entire hour on what's wrong with the live action version of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
You know what? That's actually a good segue to a new concept that you and I have been discussing. That I'm gonna just drop the bombshell now.
Sure.
We haven't found a name for it yet. I don't think, or did we? The shorts.
I was kind of leaning towards random static.
Random static. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. Yeah, we're gonna start a new, not a new YouTube channel. It'll be on one of our channels, anyways. It's just gonna be like short, 5-minute clips. We're gonna have a topic. We're gonna discuss it, and it's gonna be 5 minutes, and that's it.
Yeah, and it could just be like a one-sided story. It could be a back and forth. Yeah. We've already started to put together a list, or at least I put together a list of like shit that I could ramble on about for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and it's just gonna be short, little, like really consumable. We'll probably it'll end up being on Spotify, I'm guessing, as well. Because why not? Yeah, we'll do it, whatever. But yeah, so look for that coming up, and check out lostsignals.ca. I haven't updated it for a few minutes, but it's still there. I think it is still there. I think the last episode that I put up there was like 17 or 18, maybe 17. So it's been a few weeks, but no, like you can find links to all of our episodes there. They're all on YouTube and Spotify, and you can find us on Twitter. Still not active on there, and
it takes a while to get into a rhythm.
Yeah. And email us too, like info@lostsignals.ca.
Yeah.
Still waiting for like Tyler to email me one day on that email. It's like,
that's your shout out, Tyler.
Yeah. It's just gonna be something like "you suck."
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That's So I nope. Go ahead. I got
Did you have something else?
Yeah. Well. Well, there's a few more things we got to talk about yet, but
yeah.
So I'm doing a sober October, just for shits and giggles. Yep. Yeah, it was kind of a rough summer, drinking a little bit here and there, or a lot here or there. So yeah, we're gonna just take a little break for a few minutes, and I'm not raising money for anything or anything. Just
yes, you are. You're raising the money. You're raising money in honor of the Darrell's bank account is crying fund.
Yes, that's exactly it. That poor thing. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, it's sad. It's just. Oh, it's so sad. Yeah.
It's a good idea, and like there's something I can actually relate to. Is like over the past 18 months, not a whole heck of a lot to do. My girlfriend was like, "Hey, did you know that you could actually like," because she liked to go to the casino once a month. She's like, "Do you know you could actually log on to a casino website and just gamble?" I was like, "I did not know that."
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, it was a terrible idea. It was to the point where like every payday I was just forwarding $50 into this thing. And I thought to myself, if I'm getting like an hour or 2 hours worth of entertainment out of this, my heart rate raises and get a little bit of excitement or whatever, then it's worth it, right? But at the end of the day, like, no, I'm just throwing money away. Through this gambling website, you could actually go into the options and go, like opt out or
like close your
self
account
self lockout for a certain period of time. And I did that. I like fuck it, like I take away the temptation, so I locked myself out of the website for 3 months. And I was after those 3 months, I forgot all about it. And then I was like, hey, wait a minute, like I wonder, because I started getting emails like, hey, come on back and
we miss you.
Exactly, right? And we'll give you this coupon for $10 on slots and free of charge and blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So I've actually started it up again, but like it's to the point where I'm no longer like every payday. I'm no longer putting $50 into it and just wasting it. It's like I maybe once a month I go into it and like, I'll just spin the slots for a bit.
That's fair. There's nothing wrong with gambling, you know, if you're good at it, right? Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of skill involved with the slots, right?
No, yeah. See? If you're talking like cards or craps or roulette, well, roulette is. Ooh.
I love roulette. I hate how much it takes my money away from me. Yeah. Can you stop barking, please? Jerk.
Couldn't even hear him.
Oh, he's just annoying me. Okay. So I've been investing in cryptocurrency lately, and I've been losing money on that. So
yeah,
that's my new form of gambling. It's like putting into the market, and you know, it lasts a little bit longer than gambling. It's just depressing when I go and log into my account. It's like, oh yeah, you've lost $50 in the last like 3 days. It's like, whatever. It's only money, right?
I will never. I have stocks. I have ETFs. I have investments. Yeah. I will never touch cryptocurrency. Never.
You know, I look at it this way. Like I used to gamble like quite a bit, and now I don't. I mean, because I rarely go to the bar anymore. Because we have VLTs here, not like in BC.
Oh yeah.
So I figure, you know, if I put a couple $100 in here or there into like some crypto, and if I cash something out, great. If not, well, whatever. It's still less money than I used to spend on the slots, right?
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's something different, right? You know, like because I mean, if you pick the right one and it takes off, and you could make a bunch of cash, right?
This is true.
Maybe
it is gambling 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure it is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's 100% gambling. Yeah. So what do you got listening to this week?
So I wanted to go with a throwback and a little bit of a trivia. So which one do you want to hear about first?
Let's go with throwback first. I like trivia.
Throwback.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've actually picked up my bass. It's been a while since I picked up my bass guitar, and I will formally apologize to you, my friend. But I have been playing it a bit more, and when I do, I like to just put on some music onto my stereo and just play along, right, and figure out the notes as I go. Jethro Tull's Locomotive Breath is a fun warm-up, at least in my opinion, when it comes to picking up the bass guitar and just kind of stretching and getting into a rhythm, because it's got a good, solid rhythm to it. It's not too fast, but it doesn't change a whole heck of a lot.
I don't think I know that song. I probably would if I heard it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Jethro Tull, Locomotive Breath.
Okay.
Great tune.
I'll have to check it out.
We're talking early 70s.
Nice. It's a fun era. Like I'm listening to a lot of yacht rock radio on Sirius lately. It's like it's so bad. But it's so good.
You related it to the radio station on Grand Theft Auto 5 that's hosted by Kenny Loggins.
Yeah. It's exactly what it is. It's great. It's fucking perfect. Yeah. So my first one is a new release by newly sober singer, guitarist from Alexis on Fire. He started a new band called Doom's Children, and the song, the second song off of it, is a song about him getting checked into rehab because he had a bad drinking problem, like really bad. So it's called Psych Hospital Blues. You can tell it's Canadian for sure. You know what I mean? Okay. It's got that vibe, but it's really good. Check it out. Actually, I just bought their that band's vinyl today. So
cool.
Expecting that in the mail here pretty quick. Well,
how many albums of Alexis on Fire do you have?
All of them.
Easy answer.
All of them. I have. Okay, so 1, 2. There's 4 major releases. There's self-titled, Watch Out, Crisis, Old Crows, Young Cardinals. Those are the only 4 studio albums. Then they had a bunch of singles as well. So yeah, I have them all of them. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think there's one that I'm missing, but like one single I'm missing.
Gotcha.
So
when are you gonna have them on the show?
I'd love to. I mean, I'll ask. I'll ask. I'll email it. That would be great. Yes. What's your second one there?
So, are you aware of the group Walk Off the Earth?
Yes.
Yes. Canadian group really made it massive on YouTube because of their 5 players, 1 guitar, which sounds like a really bad porno movie. But they did a rendition of Zygote's Someone That I Used to Know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not Zygote. Goatee.
Yeah. Goatsy. No,
Gautier.
Not Goatsy.
Gautier.
Yeah.
I was going to get the name right eventually. Yeah. So the female member of that band was in a different Canadian band before she moved over to start this brand new project, which their intention was to do covers on YouTube.
Yeah.
And hence that group was going to be Walk Off the Earth. She was a part of a group called The Creep Show.
Okay.
Which is a what's the terminology? Not ska. Rockabilly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So a great tune by theirs, They All Fall Down by Creep Show, is something that I do realize I've had in my playlist for a while, and I was working out earlier today, and then it suddenly came up after a long time. Like, fuck, I forgot about this band. Creep Show, interesting. It's kind of a family affair because when that lead singer left, her sister filled her place as the lead singer of Creep Show.
Where are they from? It's Ontario?
I would think they're from Ontario. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when that video came out for someone they used to know, and watching the video. And one of those guys is dead now. The beard guy.
Yes.
Yeah, he died, like, beard. Congenital heart failure or something. Yeah, it was sad.
Very sad. And he was like one of the most beloved members of the group because he always had this stone look, and
But the only thing he did in the video was play the fucking, like, on the wrong side of your fucking nut. Like all he did was like, that's all he did.
Yeah.
For the whole song. It was like,
yeah.
And they went back to holding it. It was great.
Yeah, and subsequent videos, he was doing the very, very least, but then there was one time where he suddenly started singing, and it was staged perfectly because all the members are just kind of taken back, like, the fuck is going on? But anyway, The Creep Show, They All Fall Down, an incredible, wonderful rockabilly song.
Awesome. I'm gonna check that out. My last one, it's funny enough, another Alexis on Fire song.
No shit.
Because I really like Alexis on Fire. Actually, I think Tyler and I are getting matching Alexis on Fire tattoos. Maybe not matching them, not in the same place, but we're both getting like the same tattoo. So it's a little weird, but
just a touch.
Yeah. My probable favorite song by them, like by anything that they've done, is "Happiness" by the Kilowatt. Off of Watch Out. It's like every time you see them in concert, they end the show with this.
Oh.
Yeah. It is like it's been their ending song for forever. It's like 6 minutes, 8 minutes long sometimes. Like it's really good.
Yeah.
So check that out. It's on it'll be on our Found Signals playlist.
I think it's time for both of us to wrap it up here.
Yeah, it's funny because I got a fucking 2-hour meeting right after this. So that's gonna be fun. Sitting right here, just drinking a beer, doing other things though.
Like I said, I have Destiny 2 up in the background. Yeah, it's tempting, isn't it? It's tempting.
If one of my buddies wasn't gonna be here, I probably would. I'd just sit in the background. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well,
yeah. Sounds good. Yeah.
7
pucks.
Games. Yeah. Pucks.
We need more pucks. Yes.
Awesome. Okay. My name is Darrell.
I'm JD.
This has been episode 21 of Lost Signals. We will see you out there.
Take care.